All right, let's do it, baby. I went 14 deep. I just didn't do 10. Why? Because I think it's a little convoluted. We do a top 10 list of 10. I don't want to do a top 10. I went a 14.
Did you say kind of alluded?
Convoluted. Did it sound like I might have said
kind of alluded? I think it's kind of alluded is like kind of convoluted. I like it.
Okay, maybe I created a word,
New
but I
invention.
went with convoluted.
It's glass half full Wednesday, Wolchuk.
It is a hump night indeed. 14, the Minnesota Vikings have found their way up into the top 14 teams of the NFL. They are playing much better football, and I usually don't give any credit to Kirk Cousins because I still don't think he's very good, but he has been playing well as of late, and they still do have quite the offensive arsenal, and I'm excited to see the Cowboys take them on, not this Sunday, but a week from Sunday night on All Hallows Eve with Justin Jefferson, Adam Thielen, and Dalvin Cook. I got the Vikings at 14 as they have bounced back from a rough start and are now 3-3. The Browns, and I anticipate them maybe even falling from this spot, are at 13.
They're broken, man.
They are very broken, and they are declining as we speak. I've got the Bungholes of Cincinnati, one of the most pleasant surprises of the year. I'm going to have to stop calling them the Bungholes if they continue to perform at this level. Joe Burrow is the real bleeping deal. Jamar Chase and him have an uncanny rapport with one another, and defensively, I think they've played much better than most people expected. At 4-2, the Bengals are looking like a legitimate team that might be able to make a wild card berth. We shall see if this maintains, but I've got them at number 12, and I do want to give some love to the Raiders of Vegas. No team had to deal with as many distractions as they did. I've got them as 11, and at 4-2, they came out, they got a win, and I didn't know what to expect. They could either implode or they would galvanize, and they certainly did as they smacked Denver. So I've got them just on the outside looking in. They've certainly had the most up and down movement regarding my power rankings this year. But right now I've got them at 11. Derek Carr I still think is a solid quarterback. And offensively, it seems like Henry Ruggs is starting to come on a little bit.
He is. Henry Ruggs absolutely starting to come on a little bit. They have a legitimate pass rush. Max Crosby is a total man beast. They get pressure with 4 for sure. Rich Bisaccia is now their head coach, top 5 foxhole guy, according to Booger McFarland. That's all you need to know. And let's not forget, they're the only team that actually beat this Baltimore Ravens team.
They did.
And Baltimore's probably going to be pretty high on your list. And I know week 1 is like a lot has changed since week 1.
They got the win.
They got the dub.
At number 10, maybe one of the more impressive wins of the weekend, I should say the NFL week, since it was on Monday night, the Tennessee Titans at 4-2. They did not look good the early portion of this season, but defensively, they're starting to come around a little bit. And I think offensively, when you lose Arthur Smith, the offensive coordinator, Ryan Tannehill certainly had an adjustment there. And maybe now they're finally starting to gel. And Derrick Henry is a man beast among men and women and children. He is scary. And as we get closer to Halloween, he might be the most frightening player in all of the NFL. I've got the Titans at 4-2 at number 10.
Is this a classic when Derrick Henry's in the room, hide your kids, hide your wives situation?
I think you hit the nail on the head.
Hide everyone.
Absolutely.
Yeah, the Titan, and they're in that crappy division where, they could fiddle fart around for quite some time throughout the season and still be in the playoffs. Like,
no doubt.
This is going to be a playoff team, and they got a big one at home against Mahomes' boys.
Yes, tighten
Sunday.
up, baby, tighten up. At number 9, I've got the Chargers. Very disappointing performance for them against Baltimore. I still love me some Justin Herbert, but they did not look good. And it does seem like the Chargers are a team where matchup-wise, and I think this is what now is separating the teams at the top of these power rankings to the ones that are going to be towards the bottom half of the top 10, right? These are good teams. The Chargers are a good team. But matchup-based, they're going to have trouble against certain opponents. And we talked about it leading up. The Chargers are really bad against the run, and the Ravens exposed it. They ran all over them. They've got to find a way to figure that out. I still like L.A. and the Chargers as a team moving forward at 4-2, but I've got them at number 9 as they've fallen down just a little bit.
That run defense is really bad.
It's atrocious. It really is. At number 8, I've got Mahomes' boys and the Chiefs at 3-3. And honestly, the reason I don't have them higher, because I still believe in the Chiefs and I still think they are going to be in the AFC Championship game at the end of the year because of Patrick Mahomes. But the defense is really crap. It really is bad. They've got Chris Jones, and they've got Tyrann Mathieu. Occasionally, Frank Clark shows up and does something. But otherwise, that defense is, you can't count on them at all. And for whatever reason, Patrick Mahomes is making decisions and turning the ball over at times and just making silly mistakes that we've never seen him make. Watching that Washington game, the one interception he had, it's like, geez, we've never seen Patrick Mahomes throw a ball like that. This is just bizarre. So I still think they're fine. And at the end of the year, they'll be where we thought they should be, and that's competing for the Super Bowl in the postseason. But I've got them at 8 for now, and I still think the rest of the teams that I've got ahead of them to this point in the year deserve to be ahead of them.
Yeah. The Chiefs, they're still the scariest offense in the league in my mind. Mahomes is still the best quarterback in the league, and despite his, a couple of poor decisions, some of his interceptions have been completely not on him. They go right through the hands of Tyreek Hill.
The Tyreek Hill one was a doink.
And he's had a couple of those this season. So, but he's also made some just unbelievable, sick, nasty, holy hell throws every single game. I'm still fully on board. The Chiefs will be a Final Four team this year.
Number 7, nobody circles the wagons like the Buffalo Bills. They will need to do it again after this loss to the Titans. And they had such an emotional high knocking off Kansas City. They had a letdown game against Tennessee at 4-2. I still think the Bills are a really good football team, and I've got them at 7. At 6, I've got the Packers of Green Bay. Aaron Rodgers is playing very, very well. I do think they're somewhat. The run game's starting to pick up a little bit with that combination of Aaron Jones and A.J. Dillon. But outside of Devontae Adams, it's kind of who else is going to step up in that offense? Robert Tonyan has had a regression, which we thought maybe that he would. And it's certainly Randall Cobb is the second most reliable option. If Aaron Rodgers needs a play to be made and Devontae Adams isn't there, he's going to look for Randall Cobb. Because he just doesn't have that faith in a Marquez Valdez-Scantling or an Allen Lazard right now. And defensively, you can tell they're trying to just get just trying to get help anywhere they can by signing Jalen Smith, signing Whitney Mercilus. But the Packers are still, because of Aaron Rodgers, going to be there at the end of the day. I've got them at number 6.
I don't disagree. They finally got their point differential back into the green, into the positive, which is nice. They still, in my mind, just haven't really looked that great, that sharp. But, hey, they're 5-1, and they have Aaron Rodgers. So, it can't be all that bad.
At number 5, I've got the Baltimore Ravens with Lamar Jackson at 5-1. A very impressive win. And at times this year, the Ravens have won some games they shouldn't win. But that's also the hallmark of a good team. Good teams find ways to win games they shouldn't be winning. And you can look at several. That game on Monday night against Indianapolis. They certainly haven't played great at times, but defensively, they're always well coached, and it doesn't matter who's in the backfield right now. They will find a way to run the football successfully. I've got the Ravens as the best team in the AFC right now.
Just comes down to Lamar. He's an absolute stud. All they do is win games since he's gotten there. They're extremely well run. They run the football extremely well, and they're just one of those teams. They've, like you've said, won games they probably shouldn't have. The narrative of Lamar Jackson teams can't come from behind and win. If you're down double digits at any point in the game, that narrative has been debunked.
Lamar's been fantastic this year. He really, really has. At number 4, I've got the Rams of L.A. at 5-1. And you know me, I like the Rams a lot. I think they're very good defensively. They haven't been quite as good as I thought they would be coming into the year, but I think that's a natural regression. When you lose Brandon Staley, who's doing a great job with the Chargers, they still have good talent. And offensively, their arsenal is tremendous. And their running game is on point with Darrell Henderson Jr. right now and the combo of Sony Michel. The Rams are legit at number 4.
And explosive offensively.
Very. At number 3, I've got our Dallas Cowboys at 5-1. And I put them ahead of the Rams because I think Dak Prescott is better than Matthew Stafford. Mm-hmm. I would pick Dak Prescott over Stafford today. I believe Dak Prescott is the league MVP. I would say the Rams defense might be overall a little bit better than the Cowboys because the Cowboys don't have anybody of the talent of Aaron Donald in the middle of that defense. But right now Diggs and Ramsey, I think, could kind of cancel each other out. It's not to say Diggs is better than Ramsey, but to this point in the year, he's playing just as well. In terms of being a difference maker, he's right there. And in terms of edge rusher, Leonard Floyd's good, but Randy Gregory's just as good, if not better. So I think the Cowboys have an argument to be better than the Rams, and the quarterback to me is why I'm having the Cowboys ahead of LA at 3. I've got the Bucs at 2 at 5-1. People can say what they want about Tom Brady. He's just too damn good. Okay, you can't overlook him. And the Bucs are loaded offensively. Antonio Brown's playing great. Leonard Fournette has found now the lead dog in that backfield. And I still think defensively, once they get their parts together in the secondary, they will be a decent unit that we saw at the end of last year. Remember, they peaked in the second half defensively. I think you'll see that happen again. And I've got the Cardinals of Arizona at number 1, the only undefeated team left. Kyler Murray's been fantastic. Defensively, they've looked really good. Remember the name Byron Murphy, maybe the most underrated corner in football. He's been playing great this year. I got the Cardinals as number 1 right now in the Week 7 NFL Power Rankings.
I like it. The Cardinals are there. They've been the most consistent team. They're well-balanced in terms of they bring all 3 phases to the game pretty consistently. And, I really like what they have defensively right now. J.J. Watt's been nice. He's got no sacks, but he's been a difference maker. Could probably use another corner, but Buda Baker in the secondary is really, really nice. Their linebackers, Isaiah Simmons, Jordan Hicks, playing extremely well.
Speed.
Plenty of speed. And losing Larry Fitzgerald's actually been a benefit to them because now they actually have more athleticism and speed to push the ball down the field. The weapons there are legit. Kyler's playing out of his mind. I like what the Cardinals got going right now.
214, this list sucks. What can I say?
Hell yeah. Nice work, 214.
Read him in a weep, 214.